Busted.
The reviews are in.
Awesome.
You wanted more Joe Concha. And we heard you. More Joe. More show.
We're talking to you. Under promise and over deliver.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11 on 77 WABC.
Jimmy Kimmel no longer tries to be funny. Not that he ever really was.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11.
Democrats defending cocaine coming into the country.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
The Anthony Cumia Show. Thanks for popping on. Lots to talk about this evening. Just crazy doings, especially up there in Minneapolis. This is like the epicenter of the battle, I guess. The right and left, right and wrong, liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican. Oh, you could divvy it up any way you damn well please. But we are definitely not on the same wavelength these days. The one consistency, though, is that as a conservative, as much conservative as somebody that's been a shock jock can be, I can still converse with liberals. I could still have a beer with a liberal. Them, not so much. They are constantly disavowing friends and family members and disowning people they've known for years. Quite tragic. Imagine your political ideology breaks up your family. Family's supposed to be, that's a bond literally for life. That's your life's bond. And you don't like what people are doing. And you break your family up. And then I'm listening to people, and they're talking about checks and balances. This is an interesting thing. Checks and balances. The left, the Democrats, they believe that Donald Trump and his administration, this tyrannical dictatorship that is the Trump administration, has no checks and balances to keep things on the straight and narrow, to keep democracy in order. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is the check and the balance of what these idiots did for 4 years under Joe Biden. Do they not get that? Do they not understand that we had to sit around and watch that debacle for 4 effing years? We watched the whatever that was, the Biden administration, the puppet regime, and we weren't happy, and we watched what we believed was our country coming apart at the seams. We saw an administration that seemed dead set against continuing to be America, ripping down every institution and the history of this country. And we were like, yeah, there's a check and balance. There's an election. And we will elect Donald Trump as the check and balance against 4 years of misery under that Alzheimer-riddled buffoon and his court of jesters. And we knew we would get a chance to put in a check and a balance. And when Trump was elected, that was the check, that offset, that balanced what happened. And what does the left do when that happens? They don't agree. Well, we didn't agree. We didn't go out there and interfere with law enforcement. I'll tell you one thing. It would have been great to go down to the border and rip down the barbed wire fence. Or not, what am I saying? Not rip down the barbed wire fence. To put up the barbed wire fence. Look at me. I'm switching sides in the middle of my diatribe. You know, states were putting up barbed wire fences, and the Biden administration was having them removed. Activist judges were having them removed. How about we go down there and replace them? The president ordered law enforcement to rip down that barbed wire, to allow people to come in. What if we went down there, confronted Biden's law enforcement, and said, no, we want to stop them from coming across the border? Do you think they'd have said, okay, and walked away and let us do whatever we wanted to do? No. And we knew that because we're a little bit sensible. They don't know that. So they go there, they're blowing whistles, they're honking horns, they're driving cars in menacing fashion, and they're taking guns to approach police officers, get into altercations with them, and regardless, whatever the circumstance was, he gets shot. You know how he couldn't have gotten shot? Don't take a gun and force some type of confrontation with the police. Then I guarantee you wouldn't get shot. For how much they're saying that ICE are these executioners walking down the street, could someone please give me an instance of ICE agents just walking around and popping people? Hey, look at that guy. Boom, let me shoot him. Then you'd have a bit of an argument. I would be hard-pressed to defend ICE if they were just walking around popping people in the head. You have to have threatened them in some way where they believe their life was being threatened, imminent danger of losing their lives. They deal with these protesters. They throw some smoke bombs. They shoot pepper balls at you. The vast, vast majority, umpteenth level of majority of these people walk away with, some itchy eyes, whatever, a bruise. Two of them out of all these morons you see are dead. Sorry. Because they were responsible for their own actions. And they paid consequences of their actions. And we're just supposed to think, like I said, if we went down to the border and ripped down, or put up the barbed wire that they were ripping down, and picked up weapons to use them against illegals that were coming into this country, do you think if we got shot by one of these police that were or federal agents under the Biden administration that any of these idiots would have given two craps about it? They'd celebrate it. But you got troublemakers, they get injured or killed for their own actions. And I'm supposed to feel bad about that? I'm supposed to try to come up with some convoluted, wacky reason why the police are responsible for this guy being an idiot and getting himself killed? Or that woman in the car, same story? Get out of here. Kiss my ass. As my mom used to say. Kiss my ass.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.